University Stadium, home to the Lobos of the University of New Mexico, and the fans here are fired up for this clash. Today, we're set for a clash between these two rivals from the Mountain West. As we'll see, the Colorado State Rams taking on the New Mexico Lobos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Lobos will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Rams offense will have the ball first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Looking to pass, it's Fowler Nicolosi. This time he's got it. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
And the Rams come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Recovers the fumble and he's on the move. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down and came up a little short. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Rams will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. The Lobos offense has its first opportunity of the day. And David, they've got a receiver that if he is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Now, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense. And he's a guy that has the defense's attention.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's winning the Biletnikoff award necessarily, but you're right, David. When he's one-on-one, he should be able to win those matchups. And based on how he's played this season, this quarterback should feel really good and really confident when he throws his way.
Grab behind the line. It's Buckley. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. Makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And the QB going with a little bit of touch, you know, trying to feather that thing up in the air and give his receiver a chance to go up high and try to get over top of the defender. Nice job by the defense seeing the football, breaking on it, and getting the ball on the ground.
And the Lobos will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll take it on the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. To the air, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Right on the money. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They go to the counter. Got the first down and more. All down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there.
That's the beauty of misdirection in the run game, right? You try to show the defense one look, and then you come back and hit them the other way when they're not expecting it.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. Gives it on the option. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the Rams with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking for a gap. It's Marshall. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on 1st down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking to the big tight end. Got it! Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Love what they did there, putting the big fella in the slot, letting him use his ability to get downfield and create some space and find the soft spot in the zone.
No doubt. You got the big fella in the slot, so you get your matchup. You know it's zone coverage. You know you can put it up out there and let him go make a play. That is a recipe for success, finding that matchup and exploiting it.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Rams have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal?
Timeout, New Mexico.
8th play of the drive coming up. They'll try to blast their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Colorado State. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Johnson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it along the sideline. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. That last big play has them in business. Just outside the red zone, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man, it's Smith. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive game.
Got it in the middle, it's Smith. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch?
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And this offense really struggled in the first half, but how about taking the last possession down the field, punching 6 on the board with a chance to tie this football game up. Low scoring, but nice job finishing this half with a touchdown.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the point after is good. He marched 78 yards down the field, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll go to the ground. On the move at the 30. Turning on the Jets. He's inside the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Colorado State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line, getting it in for the touchdown. They now take a one-possession lead here with just a little bit of time left in the first half.
Ready to try the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, looks like you've got a great atmosphere today in Albuquerque. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at University Stadium.
And the Rams will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. They find themselves trailing by breaks into the open. How about this freshman leading him on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Johnson.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Lobos in a good spot here with 2nd and short. On the ground with the counter. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
And the Lobos will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Thomas. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, the tight end's got to do a better job getting his depth on the route. He's running out to the perimeter of the field, but he's got to get further downfield. He caught that pass behind the line of scrimmage, got tackled, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Blair. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time, the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
To the air on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Those defenses were smelling blood, and the quarterback got down. Smart move. we've reached the break. Colorado State is on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Makes the catch. It's Buckley. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Lobos are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Out of the gun to give to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Got it! They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Bringing the heat. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way.
And this offense has definitely got to take a second right here and understand this is the most important play of the game. It's 4th down. We got to get the 1st down over the clock and the time running. They got to make sure they get a conversion here.
Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. They're going to run it. He is denied. Stopped just short of the goal line. Pushed his way to the 1 and could go no further, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. And the quarterback takes a knee.